What's up, guys? Chad here with the Reptile Rangers. Now, we're at the Kernersville Reptile Zoo, Medical Center, and Store today, and we're going to talk about exercising your reptiles. But before we get into that, right in that bottom corner right there is our subscriber button. Make sure you hit that, and we appreciate you following along week after week after week. Now, let's get right into this. All right, guys, so it's been a couple of weeks since we've done a video. We kind of got slack and got behind on doing more videos. We've been busy trying to deal with a few modifications in the zoo, as well as finally upgrading the storefront here in some beautification and bringing in additional stuff. So we've been more focusing on that. Then we have videos here recently, but you guys are still asking us questions, and we're still answering them. We're still responding to questions as absolutely fast as we can and giving the help that we can. But we are going to do another video again today, and this one is going to be about exercising your reptiles. Basic enrichment. All right, now a lot of folks will ask the question, hey, can I take my snake outside and let it kind of wander through the grass? Can I take my lizard outside and let it climb around or do things? Can I take my turtle or tortoise outside and let it eat the grass and wander through? The answer to that is absolutely. But there's going to be some things that you're going to want to take a look at and think about when you do, and then when you return them back to their enclosure. Now, first question that gets asked is, why do I need to take it outside to exercise? Well, if you don't have an enclosure like this, of this size, then your animal doesn't necessarily have always enough room to really move and act like they would in the wild. So that gives them the opportunity to be able to kind of wander through the grass. If it's a snake, it can wander through the grass. If you have trees that's not, 200 feet high concept, but small little bushy style trees, and you're okay with the guy climbing through there and just kind of wandering through that tree and moving up and down and exploring, that gives them a chance to actually exercise, okay? Especially things like pythons and some boas where they don't do as much moving and they're overfed, they can become overweight. Well, the exercising can help them burn a little bit of that fat excess, and it gives them enrichment. It gives them a chance to be able to just act more natural. Now, with snakes, there's some things you're going to want to think about when you return them back into their enclosure. Number one, depending on what you have as far as your home range, as far as grass or mulch or dirt or dead wood matter, things like that, depending on what you have around, you may have parasites. And so you don't want to take a chance on the snake's enjoying itself outdoors and then you bring mites or you bring something inside your house. So just take the simple route of let them enrich themselves, let them enjoy running through the grass or moving through the grass, moving through. Maybe you set up something outside that it can climb on that gives it that climbing enrichment as well as being able to just kind of move through the grass, enjoy the day sun, the air, and the feel of the grass on its scales. Just give it a bath. Before you put it back in its enclosure, put it in a bath, whether a bathtub, whether a container that you have for soaking, with a lid on it, whatever the case may be, just give it a bath. Put it in the bath for a little while in nice warm water, let it bathe, let it basically soak all the animals off of it or anything that may be on it as far as animal related or parasite related. From fleas to gnats to ants to mites to there's any kind of things. That doesn't mean some of those bugs are going to bug that animal. They climb. Insects climb. They crawl across things, spiders and other such stuff. So all you're doing is essentially giving them a bath and essentially getting them cleaned off. That way you don't take a chance on bringing something from the outside to the inside. Now, we're talking about lizards next. Depending on the lizard, of course, is going to depend on how you do this. But most people will have their bearded dragon. Maybe they want to take them outside. Well, they sell the harnesses and leashes. We do as well. Some of them are cute and have the little dragon wings, and some of them are just standard old harnesses that you'd put like on a ferret or a cat or something that's smaller, something that's super small, small kitten, things like that. And you can take them out, leave them on the leash, and just let them walk around. Some people will do outdoor pens where they can get down in the grass, but they can climb up as well. There's many different ideas that you can do when it comes to your lizard. Bearded dragons, monitors, tegus, whatever. Chinese water dragons. Again, the list kind of goes on and on as far as that goes. But that kind of enrichment is really good for them. Plus, think about it this way. Just like with your turtles and tortoises, they're not only going to get the fun and the enrichment of being able to wander around outside, they're going to get the natural sunlight, which is the real UVB, and also the real heat that comes from the sun. So that's an additional benefit. Now, the same concept applies. You're not so much as worried with lizards and with turtles and tortoises about parasites, as it were, or insects coming in and affecting the lizards and the turtles and tortoises as much as you would the snakes, okay? So we would be a little bit more worried about that, but you can still do the same thing. You can wash your turtle or tortoise off. You can scrub its shell with a little toothbrush. Your lizard, you can put your lizard in a bath, let it swim around in the bathtub, and that's another great way of enriching. Certain species like iguanas and monitors, they actually enjoy the water. So if you have, of course, like an outdoor water area, a pool that doesn't have a lot of chlorine in it or a lot of chemicals in it, or you have some kind of outdoor water source that's big enough that you can make a water source and you want to let it swim, go for it. That's great exercise for them. Gives them great enrichment. A lot of the times they enjoy it. Some of them hate it, but some of them enjoy it. Bearded dragons don't like that so much, and certain other species don't. So you would just take them inside and give them just a good bath in the sink, or let them walk around and soak in the bathtub. With your turtles and tortoises, the same concept applies. If they go outside, there's a lot of benefits to allowing them outdoor enrichment. Of course, depending on the size of the turtle or tortoise, make sure you keep your eyes on it, because there is no such thing as slow as a turtle when they want to move, okay? But when we're talking about outdoors, the turtles and tortoises will enjoy eating grass and dandelions and the wild strawberries that grow in people's yards, blackberries if you have those, things like that. Not your aquatics, they eat in the water, but we're talking like box turtles, and we're talking ornate wood turtles and all your different tortoise species, things like that. They absolutely love being able to just kind of graze in the grass. Again, same thing as the lizards. It gives them that ability to be able to not only enjoy, walk, graze, get the extra exercise that they would not get inside of their pen, but they can eat, so they can eat and not really have the high proteiny vegetables, so it gives them kind of that low nutritional value, but allows them to just be able to eat and graze naturally. And it still gives them the natural sunlight, so they get the natural heat, good fresh air, and good natural UVB. All right? So the question becomes, is giving them exercise a good thing? That answer is absolutely yes. Just be aware of additional minor things that you might want to do for your animal's health's sake, or cleanliness sake, or for parasite's sake, that you just want to do before you put them back in their enclosure. Because most people are not taking them outside every single day. Most people don't have that kind of time. So you're talking, when you're doing this enrichment, you're doing it 30, 45 minutes. You probably once a week, maybe once every other week, something like that. Once a week would be great, and just letting them get out and enjoy that enrichment. If you do have the time with things like your turtle or tortoise, where it is a little bit different, they don't move quite as fast, you're kind of easy to keep them contained, versus a snake who's just going to slither and just start going right to it. That can be a little bit more annoying. So yeah, doing that every single day can be a little bit aggravating or create more headache for yourself, because they're not going to sit still unless you have this big thing they can climb in that just kind of keeps them contained to that for the most part. That's a little different. But this is exercising your reptiles. Is it a good idea? Yes, it is. It's a great idea to give them natural enrichment outdoors when you're able to. Just make sure you get them clean, or give them some cleaning whenever you're ready to take them and put them back into their enclosure. Okay? All right, this is Chad. We are the Reptile Rangers here at the Kernersville Reptile Zoo and Medical Center and Store. We appreciate you coming along week after week after week. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, the bell for notification. Make sure to check out the TikTok channel, also entitled Reptile Rangers. Of course, our Instagram page at Kernersville Reptile Zoo. Make sure to write us in and let us know of other things you want us to film about. We do have some topics in the well there that we do need to hit. But if you have other topics that you want to see us film about, or you're curious about, or you want to see something on, feel free and let us know. Also, come check us out here at the zoo and the store. We have the full storefront with all supplies and things like that. Our information will be below in the description. So if you guys need to get in touch with us, all that information is right there. Feel free. All right? Again, we appreciate you coming along. We'll either see you here at the zoo, or we'll see you on the next episode. Later.